So, long time no see. It's been a while. I know most of you are probably just surprised as I am to see this video. Some of you have probably forgotten all about this channel, who I am, and what all of this once was. I'd like to talk about a lot of things, but first, before we talk about the future, let's talk about the past. 8 years ago, I started my first YouTube videos. Back then, I would just record with my phone pointed at a monitor, and I would record games like Slither.io, World of Tanks, and a couple of others. And that's how I used to record my content. I had no idea on how to use OBS Studio, Streamlabs, or any of this. I was all new to learning to make content. But with time, I eventually started to get the hang of things. And I started making small videos, and I got into live streaming. I would hustle home from school almost every day, quickly doing my homework and getting in front of a camera just so I could hit go live and start a live stream. I genuinely enjoyed everything that I did. Even if it wasn't a popular game that I would be playing, even if nobody would be there during a live stream, I did it because I genuinely had a love for just being able to game, sometimes talk to people, and eventually, all of that began to grow. As more and more people began to start watching, I started to worry more and more about what I was creating. So much so that I became totally fixated on just watching the numbers, reading the comments, and seeing how many views each video got. I lost sight of where I started and why I started in the first place. That's when I began to, as I called it back then, take a break. I started to step away from everything that included the channel, eventually stopping streaming and uploading altogether. The channel went quiet, and over time, many people moved on. And I don't blame you for that. I mean, who wants to stay subscribed to a channel that hasn't made an update in over 6 years? I didn't really have a name for myself back then to maintain an audience, but I was still fascinated by how much we made progress with. Recently, I started looking back more and more at how much fun all of this used to be to me. So I thought to myself, even if I'm terrible and I'm awkward, and even if I make mistakes, and there will be plenty of those, it's still something that I found enjoyable, and I hope to find that love again. With all of that said, like I said, much time has passed, and many things have changed. So let's talk about all the changes that you can expect. You can see from this video, there's no more webcam, there's no more overlays and chat boxes and everything. It's just me, a little bit of background music, talking to you guys. And for once, it feels real. I don't want my face to be a large portion of my content. I never really enjoyed it, and if anything, it brought more stress. I started worrying about constantly getting my hair cut. I started dyeing my hair at moments that I would preferably not talk about. But my appearance became more than the content that I was creating, and it wasn't enjoyable, and it caused a lot of anxiety. So I don't think I'm ever going back to the webcam. I don't think that's the kind of content that I want to create. It doesn't mean that you won't see it occasionally, but mostly in videos, it's just gonna be me talking in my Minecraft character. And hopefully that's enough for you guys. Hopefully my gaming skills, which are very rusty, and the content that I provide is more than enough for you guys. The next big thing that I would like to talk about is the logo and the banner. As some of you probably have seen, they've changed. And for once, I've actually got a banner. For the logo, I was actually doodling just recently. And I thought to myself, what would my Minecraft character look like if I drew it? And I've never claimed to be an artist, and I'm really not the best at it. But I wanted to make it in pixel art. So I began. And over time, I started developing something that I grew attached to. And I honestly really like it. That doesn't, say that I'm not going to change it in the future or make updates and tweaks to it. But for right now, it makes more sense than what my old YouTube channel logo used to be. For those of you that don't know, it was a stock photo of a wolf because I liked wolves with a galaxy background because I thought that looked cool. It had nothing to do with my online persona. It had zero to do with my name or anything. I just liked wolves. So, I found this more fitting for what I've drawn. As for the banner, I was messing around a little bit in an AI image algorithm, however you want to say it. I don't really know. But I just started asking it a few things, and eventually it came up with that. And to be perfectly honest, I'm quite fond of it. I think it's really cool. So, again, they might get edited on. They might change completely in the future. But for the moment, they hold more of a meaning than what used to be there. So with that all out of the way, let's talk about the content. I don't spend nearly a fraction of the time that I used to being online anymore. When I do, sometimes I just tend to mess around, watch some videos, or play some games. Some of them tend to be solo player, and some others tend to be online. I've been playing a lot of Repo, and I was on a Schedule 1 grind for quite some time. But with all that being said, let's talk about the live streams. I really don't think that I'm going to be doing too many on this channel. It just doesn't seem right. I want this to be content that I've worked really hard for and something that I can be proud of. That's not to say that I won't stream. I do plan on still streaming on Twitch. And please forgive my shameless plug, but if you guys want to go see it, it's at I'm Pickle Pants PC. So that's where you'll see more of live and unorganized things. But even those have grown few and far in between. I want to focus on the quality of what I'm making more than the quantity. Not just pushing out whatever I can and hoping it lands. I like to make something, like I said, that I can be proud of, but most importantly, that we can have fun with. Some of you may notice if you're really into detail, I actually wrote a script for this. I made a draft quite some time ago and decided to rework it because it was it was important to me. The revival of the channel has been on my mind for quite some time now. And I figured, what did I write here? Oh, and I figured maybe instead of just worrying about, oh, maybe I'll do it tomorrow or the day after, of trying to revive everything, let's do it now. I don't want to keep telling myself tomorrow for tomorrow to never come. So I'm putting in the effort to make all of this possible now. And I know I've been rambling for some time now. I promise I'm almost done. I know I've just been standing here for a moment, but I genuinely do have big plans, at least in my eyes, to make solid content in the future for this channel. That no matter what happens, I can look back and be genuinely proud of. I have a few Minecraft ideas, as well as a few other games that I'd like to start getting more into. I was hoping that I'll find my footing, and even if I just have my own little community that enjoys my content, I will be more than happy to make the best of what I can. While speaking of the quality of the content, I do actually plan on getting more in depth with the editing process. Don't go expecting all subtitles and fancy effects right off the bat. As time goes on, I'll work more on learning and pushing the limits of what I can do. And hopefully, we'll be able to watch the progression in the channel and see all the progress that we made in a year, 2 years, or however far off into the future. Hopefully we'll look back on these roots and we'll be even more proud seeing how far we've come. I've never been good at editing. Most videos I've almost never done it. So, it'll be a learning curve for us all. I know this is probably all getting very sappy, or already has been. You're probably wondering what's even going on, to be perfectly honest. I have no clue either. But I figured it was important that we start a new chapter of this channel, and we talk about all the old content, just so we could move on and focus on the future of things. I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched, who is watching, and who has stuck around through thick and thin. And I want to give a special thanks to anybody who made it this far in the video. My hat is truly off to you. I know my attention span wouldn't last this long. I'm usually stuck scrolling on Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. So, congrats if you made it this far. It truly means a lot to me that all you guys are still here and willing to give me a second chance. So with all of that said, here's to a new chapter, and I will see you all when I'm probably making my next video, which is most likely going to be modding Minecraft so much that we get to the point where my computer blue screens. Hopefully let's not corrupt all the data and footage, otherwise it's going to be quite some time and I don't feel like taking another 6-year break. So once again, thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.